We're at the end of the course, and it's time to say goodbye. It's been a rewarding journey for me, and I hope also for you. Thank you for taking that journey with me. And thank you for teaching me. That might seem strange to say, given that I've been your instructor, doing the talking rather than the listening. For one thing, that's not the best way to learn. As the Greek philosopher Diogenes said, we have 2 ears and only 1 tongue, in order that we may hear more and speak less. Although I've not been able to learn by listening to you, I've tried to imagine throughout the course what you might be thinking, the comments you might wish to make, the questions you might want to ask. The situation forced me to think hard about every explanation and claim I made, knowing that if I erred or failed to explain something properly, it wouldn't get corrected. That effort sharpened my thinking and my teaching. I'm grateful to you for that. I also want to thank those who helped produce this course. You've been watching me, but they put it together. I was in constant contact with 2 of them, Zachary Davis and Chris Engels. Zach has been the project manager. He's had a hand in everything from scheduling the shoots, critiquing my scripts, finding videos and photos, lining up the other staff, everything. Zach made the project possible. Chris has been the project editor. He skillfully pieced together every photo, video clip, chart, quote, and shot of me that you saw. Chris made me look and sound better than I am in real life. There are others too who deserve my thanks. Included are those on the AmGov team, as it was labeled at HarvardX. They did the on-location shoots, the studio sessions, and the other hands-on work that went into the project. Also on the list you see are individuals who, though not formally part of the AmGov team, helped launch the project. I'm grateful to each and every one of them. One person on that list, Mark Steele, gets extra thanks for loaning me $100 so that I could get home. We'd been filming outside the IRS in D.C., and my wallet was bulging in my coat pocket. Not a good look on film. So I put the wallet down near a bed of plants and then forgot it. Well, it's hard to travel these days without a photo ID, but I managed to get back to Boston. A day later, I got a call from the IRS. My billfold had been found. I might be the only U.S. taxpayer to get a call from the IRS with an offer of a wallet full of cash. I also want to thank my Kennedy School assistant, Christina Mastrapasqua, and my son, Alex Patterson, for their work in finding public domain photos to use in the presentations. I did a bit of that work myself, enough to discover that one has to look at dozens of photos to find the one that's just right. My wife, Lori Conway, deserves a special thanks. She's a filmmaker, and her judgment informed my work at every step, from the writing of the lectures to the visual selections. Beyond that, she was patient beyond reason as evenings and weekends were surrendered to work on the course. I have a final set of names I'd like to tell you about. If not for them and others like them, the content of this course would have been different, so different that I can't imagine what it might have been. To show you their names, I need to take you to a location that's 4 miles and more than 2 centuries from here. I'm in the old granary burial ground in Boston, where perhaps more than anywhere else in America contains reminders of the nation's founding. Very near where I'm standing are the 5 victims of the Boston Massacre. They'd been standing on the streets of Boston, taunting British soldiers when the soldiers opened fire at them from point-blank range. John Adams, who was to become the nation's 2nd president, said that more than any other event, the Boston Massacre turned opinion against British rule. John Adams' 2nd cousin, Sam Adams, is also buried here. A signer of the Declaration of Independence, he was a firebrand who probably more than anyone incited the Americans against the British. Also buried here is John Hancock, another signer of the Declaration of Independence. When he signed, Hancock wrote his name in large letters. It is said that Hancock did so that King George III of Britain could read his handwriting even if he wasn't wearing his reading glasses. Also buried here is Paul Revere, made famous by the Longfellow poem that talked of his midnight ride to warn that the British were coming. The America of the Reveres, the Hancocks, the Adams, very different from the America of today. And yet, there's a continuity to the American political experience. To understand American politics today, we need to understand the principles in those founding documents, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution. They don't explain everything about today's politics, but no accounting of today's politics would be complete without bringing them into the story.